There
And
we
we're
go.
live. There we go. All right. So, welcome to No Shites Givn. I'm here with my co-host Darren, who finally got his camera fixed.
What's
What's
up,
up?
people?
All
Yeah.
right. So now you guys know what the guy looks like, and I don't have to feel so lonely. Um, so, anyways, so some of the things that we're going to be talking about today. This month is a very important month, at least for me. It is. It means a lot to me. It's Autism Awareness Month, and the color for that is blue. So I got my blue shirt. Darren has a blue shirt, and I got, you can barely tell, a blue light set up. But
Oh, you were
um,
all the way with the blue for autism, man. That's what's up.
I know. Well, the theme is lighted up
Yeah.
blue,
Okay.
so it's pretty cool. And it's a big deal for me because I have Darren knows my son who is in the autism spectrum. He has Asperger's, and it is a struggle, but it is to me, the most beautiful thing in the world. I mean, there's challenges, and there's a lot of beauty in my son having Asperger's. So this means a lot to me, at least, and we're going to be celebrating pretty much the entire month on autism awareness. So one of the things that we're doing is we're going to be fundraising for Autism Speaks. Now, Autism Speaks is an organization that brings awareness. It brings, it does research, support for families with children or adults with autism, and it provides a lot of support. I know for me, it did a lot of support as far as me learning how to deal with certain issues with my son, anyways.
Yeah.
So we have a fundraising page. I'm trying to pull it up right now as we speak. There we go. Through Autism Speaks, our theme is We Love Blue. That's the campaign name. If you just go to fundraise.autismspeaks.org, and you can search for We Love Blue, and it should pop up to that page. And if not, in our description on the video below later, you'll see the address to it, and you can go in there and you can just press donate, and it takes you to the amount you want to donate, and then it takes you through like your card and whatnot. As you can already see, No Shites Givn has already donated $20. So if you can at least match that, that would be awesome. Our goal is $5,000, so we're going to try to get as close as possible to that. So that's pretty much it for Autism Awareness Month for right now. Like I said, hopefully people are wearing blue. And we're going to be talking about it pretty much the entire month, well, every Saturday when we have our show. So if any of our viewers want to chime in, we'll be getting, we'll receive your emails through noshitesgivn@gmail.com. And we will also be setting up soon a way for people to call in, and they can share their experience and bring more awareness to people about children with autism. So that's I think that's all I got. I think I've talked enough, Darren.
Well, I mean, I think probably one of the first things you probably should talk about with autism is probably just explaining it. There's probably a lot of people out there that's not even aware of autism. I know for myself, the only reason why I kind of got a sense of it was when you was talking about with your son, but also because of the weed thing and how the weed was coming out was actually helping a lot with the autistic kids and stuff like that. So I'm still kind of like in the loop of what exactly it is. I know there's a lot of things dealing with like uncontrollable emotions and like anxiety and things like that. But Yeah, I'm still in the dark, man. So I'm lucky enough to be part of something like this, especially for like Autistic Awareness Month and things like that.
Right. Well, I think the biggest thing, for myself, with my son, there's a lot of times that there's certain things that people don't understand about kids with autism,
Yeah.
especially on the behavioral side of things.
Right.
Like for kids, at least with my son who has Asperger's, tantrums is a big thing, and a lot of people will just think that I'm just a horrible parent and I just don't know how to discipline my kid, but they don't understand that like kids with autism, they with autism or Asperger's, they really can't control that as well. They have some behavioral challenges where they're very tenacious. When they got their mindset on something, it's on that, and they're focused on whatever they're focused on, and they can't switch over to anything else.
Right.
So they get really uncomfortable, and then they get into this panic or into this tantrum that they really can't help. So
yeah. Now, is this something that they move or progress through as they get older and learn how to adapt with it, or is this something?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Well, a lot of if you catch it early enough, like we did with my son, you can put them through behavioral therapy. Okay. And you'll have a behavioral therapist, you'll have an occupational therapist, and they'll work with the kids and kind of teach them, kind of how to react better to certain things and how to cope with things a little bit better. And I know for my son, the fact that we started so early with him, it's helped him a lot socially, because now, like, even though he struggles with it, he understands that there are times where he has to consider other people's feelings or other people's I guess way of thinking. Like with a kid with Asperger's, they really don't have any they lack in empathy. So like they don't understand why somebody would get mad or get upset that you don't want to do something that they want to do. Right. So for my son, he had to kind of learn that okay, my friend wants to do this. I don't want to do it, but I'm going to do it because, I have to give that a chance too. And then maybe we can do what I want to do later and stuff like that. He has to work through that. And sometimes it's still a struggle. So, but it does get better with time. I know that for sure.
Yeah, man. That sounds like a way that he's working from a different angle, kind of like almost has to mature a little bit earlier than he probably should, because he has to think outside the box. Where his kids, as part of his age, is not even worried about the things that he's going through. So I think maybe down the road is probably a plus, man, for something like that, especially if he can progress to something, make it to a positive.
Right, definitely. So we'll be bringing a lot more awareness to it as we go through the month. We're going to hopefully get people that want to chime in and share their experience with it. That would be awesome. So hopefully we get that in the next few weeks. I'll be wearing blue every Saturday.
I will attempt to wear blue and maybe do something with the blue lights.
I didn't really think about it. Like, I don't really have that many outfits with blue. Like, I think this and one other shirt is the only shirt I got. So
I think so too, man. So we'll see.
I can always wear a white shirt and just have the blue light too, I guess. So yeah. All right. So yeah, please send us your emails. We'll have a line set up by the next episode. So if you want to call in and give your inputs, that will work out great. So we're going to go next with our next topic, which is the new Barbie line. What do you think about that, Darren?
Okay, so
And I got a video. I'm going to bring the video up here in a second.
yeah, well,
Okay.
okay, so I know Barbie has probably gone through a lot of transformations like throughout the years. One from integrating, minorities and such into it, and then now they have it to where what the video is showing, which you'll play for everyone, is that they now have the different sizes of a woman. But I think at the same time, in a sense, it's still objectifying women, and it's still showing little girls what they should aspire to look like. Versus them just looking up to their mom or their aunts or their grandmas. They're still looking at a doll and saying, "Hey, yeah, this is the perfect model of what I should be." You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, but I still have to give them props for the transformation of the barber. Though I could still appreciate what they're trying to do, because ultimately
Right.
a little girl is still going to want to play with Barbie dolls.
Right.
I just know for me, yeah, whatever.
I know you got all boys, man. Like,
But they still play with action figures and stuff like that. So I mean, you can kind of compare an action figure and a Barbie doll, because maybe they are aspiring to be like that Hulk or that Superman or whatever, But
right.
yeah, I don't know.
Well, let's look at the video real quick, and we'll go from there.
Yeah,
and then I
check
got
it
some
out.
funny pictures to go with it later, and you can tell me what you think about that.
Yeah.
It's important for Barbies to look different. Like the real people in the world.
This is radical because we're saying that there isn't this narrow standard of what a beautiful body looks like.
When I look at the line now, one is taller than original Barbie, one is more petite, and one is curvier. It's going to be so much fun for the girls to really pick out dolls that they can relate to, that they connect with.
I like them because this one looks like me and this one looks like my mom. This one looks like my friend Non. Her name is Non.
They're seeing the differences amongst their friends and family being celebrated.
We have to let girls know it doesn't matter what shape you come in, that anything is possible.
When I grow up, I want to be a teacher if I have time. I like being a scientist. That makes me feel like I can do anything.
This is what our future looks like because this is what the world looks like.
It's kind of cool to have people look different. These dolls look like everyone I see walking by at the path of Wonderland.
All right.
He's up
Whoops.
like a unicorn.
Uh-oh.
Higher.
All right, hold up. I don't know what happened.
I've been to New York, Transylvania.
All right. So I don't know why it's not letting me go back to cameras, but hopefully everybody can still hear my voice. Yeah, it lost me altogether. I think the viewers can't hear me or see me right now, but they can hear and see you, Darren.
I can still hear you. I can't.
Oh, there we go. I think I'm back. Hopefully, I don't know what happened there, and I just lost all of my content. But oh man, it's just going all over the place right now. So, so sorry for the technical difficulties. We'll go ahead and try to work through it, but we'll continue talking. So go ahead, Darren. What do you got to say?
I think I touched all the bases, man. But I just take a comical view to it. I like it, but it's still objectifying, people. Saying,
I think so to an extent.
yeah.
I don't know. For me, I really never, being a boy, obviously, I've never really liked Barbies. I mean, I saw my sister play with them,
Yeah.
you know, and I used to like be the mean older brother that would go up and like rip off their heads and, you know, make her upset about it. But I don't know. I really never, having a daughter now, like,
Yeah. I think it
she's not
changes
really,
the perspective if they're into it.
right, exactly. I think that's what it is for me. Like, my daughter's really not into Barbie so much, so I'm not too terribly worried. And even if she was, I don't think I would be worried about the old Barbies, to be honest. I mean, my daughter's really into princesses. She loves like all the different princesses, Snow White, Cinderella, Ariel.
Yeah.
And look at all those girls. None of them are, you know, big or, you know, of, you know, I mean, I think Disney did make a little, somewhat of a step towards diversifying by like kind of tapping into the different races. I mean, they have what was the name of the Asian one?
Yingling.
Huh?
Yingling.
Is it Yingling?
It sounds legit. I don't know. But.
Oh, I don't know. You know, I'm not really into. The only reason I'm into like more Disney movies now is because of my daughter. But I mean, she's a big Frozen fan. But I mean, they have like the redhead princess now, that Irish one, and they have the one from New Orleans, that Disney princess. I guess she's a princess too. So I mean, they're trying, but Disney has always kind of stuck also with like the skinnier and, you know, type of princesses, and it doesn't really worry me with my, because she's too little to really understand any of that, like the whole body shape thing. And I don't really think my sister really understood the whole body shape thing either. I think all she understood was, oh, this is a pretty doll and I can accessorize it and whatnot, you know? So I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, but I don't see an issue. And I don't think that, and don't get me wrong, I don't see anything wrong with what they're doing now with, you know, making the different type of dolls, but I really didn't see there was an issue to begin with.
Yeah.
So let me see if I can pull up this picture real quick, because I lost all my content when I was trying to switch over. Some technical difficulties as usual. You know how it goes.
That's right.
But we're learning through it, and we're getting through it. So I'm going to show you a picture, and you tell me what comes to mind when I show you this picture here, Darren. All right, let me see if I can pull it up. I'm kind of lagging a little bit. And here we go. Should be seeing it any second.
Oh, man.
Thoughts?
My thought is a thought. That's what I have for that one.
Let me see. I think our viewers are unable to see it. Hold up. Let me see real quick. Why is it not? Oh, there we go. So yeah, your thought is a thought. So this is a real woman. She did a whole bunch of surgery to look like a Barbie.
Yeah.
That to me is insane, and that is one worry. I can see where people are worried about these skinny Barbies and like, oh, my daughter's going to do this. But this woman, I guess, was super spoiled rich to begin with, and you know, had the money to do it all. So I'm not too worried about my own daughter. But yeah, these are all the pictures of all the people that are obsessed with Barbies and want to become like Barbies, and they've done a whole bunch of plastic surgery to look just like Barbie.
Yeah.
It is kind of scary, but I don't think I'm too worried about it personally.
But like, and I'm not no expert or anything, but I think as like the years has gone, like now, you have gone a little bit more away from that skinny frame, and then something more of a full figured person. So like, even still, if they come out with like a full figured doll, then that's something that's still going to be in the female's head. They're like, yeah, this is what I should aspire to be. So I mean, I think regardless, as long as that doll is there, that's what it's going to be feeding to the people.
Right.
Yeah. But that right there, that is so extreme.
Yeah, I know. Like when I first heard about it, and I thought about it as soon as I saw this article about the evolution of Barbie, and there was a few videos on YouTube of how people were reacting to it. My immediate thought went to this, like, oh, people are worried that this is going to happen to their daughters, but I think this is one of those extreme, like, cases. Yeah. And it is scary. It's insane, but I'm not too worried about it for my daughter anyways.
Yeah.
I think it, and again, and here's the thing, and I think this might, make some of my viewers a little bit, or our viewers a little bit upset that I'm about to say this, but
do it.
Parents need to have these discussions with their daughters anyways.
Get
I know, like, I'm serious though. Like, I really don't see anything wrong with how Barbie was before. And if my daughter liked them, I wouldn't be worried about it, because I know that as a dad, I would be able to have that conversation with my daughter, and that, look, this is a doll. Right. This is plastic, right? And you are a person. You are shaped uniquely, and you're special for it. You're unique. Mm-hmm. All these dolls are replicas. You're unique. And I think that's the best way to explain it to a child, to let them know that they're unique, they're special, and that, they have their own special attributes that makes them great.
Yeah, that's probably the best thing that you can do, is just intervene, and take that character away. Yeah.
A lot of parents don't. They expect everything else, everybody else, to raise their children for them, and it's aggravating. And I say that after talking about my son with Asperger's, and people quick to judge about me with my son, but I don't really care, because I know that I'm raising my son the way I have to, and that his tantrums or whatever, they're hard sometimes, but my son is unique because he has Asperger's, and he's going to do great things because of it, So that's just my opinion. I know I probably pissed off a lot of our viewers, but, but that's all. I mean, that's not the whole point of the show, but the whole point of the show is that we don't really give, we have no shites.
Yeah. No shites.
So,
but I mean, I guess the best thing is being that, like, there's just a difference of opinions, like, you battling it in a certain way. I mean, there's probably some parent out there that was like, yeah, I gave my daughter this Barbie, and she looks up to the Barbie, so she idolizes them, and they deal, with their parenting in some type of fashion. I know I would definitely want to hear from someone that has a difference of view on that.
Oh, absolutely.
Because maybe there is some type of justification for it. I mean, there's plenty of justification how you do it your way. Could be some for someone else. So, I mean, we can all learn from each other, man. And
absolutely. And that's what I think I'm so excited about this podcast, is that once we do get some more people into it and wanting to, call in, invite them on, and talk about these things, because there are different views. And I think that we can all learn a little bit about, everybody's method, I guess, to their madness.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, we're going to go into our next topic, which I thought was quite interesting when I saw it. And I was scrolling through Snapchat. As a matter of fact, that's how I found out about this. And,
goes down in the DM.
So apparently this Mexican restaurant in Mexicali, down in Mexico, had an underground tunnel that went from Mexicali into, I think, New Mexico, somewhere in New Mexico. I had to look at it in the article again. But let me share the article real quick. And hopefully it doesn't like freak out on us like it did last time.
Yeah.
All right, so I think I know what I have to do this time to prevent that from happening again. So the cops found an underground weed smuggling tunnel under this Mexican restaurant. Well, basically, they found the tunnel on the American side of the border. They was going under a house, and I think the house was in. So the restaurant was in Mexicali, and it was going into a house in
Calexico,
California, which is, I think, about an hour and a half to 2 hours east of us, I believe. So not too far from here. And I don't know, this is crazy. Like, can you imagine like going to a Mexican restaurant and just sitting there eating food? Look at this. This is like pictures from their restaurant too, from my understanding, from what I've read in Vice. And I mean, look at that good food. You imagine just sitting there eating some good food. You know, if you're a drinker, drinking some good, you know, margarita and your chips and salsa. And here comes a guy, you know, past your table with a bunch of weed that he's like smuggling into, you know, into America. Like, that's crazy.
I mean, if you're probably over there in Mexico, you probably wouldn't even think twice about it.
True, right? I didn't even think of it like that.
Yeah, you just be like, well, guess what? El Chapo is my president.
Right. So here's the picture of the tunnel, which I thought was
it's pretty sophisticated, man.
I know, like, you know, they're really good down there in making tunnels, like
the you know, modern age dwarf,
right? So they let's see, from my understanding, there was a number here. So they had about $6 million of weed that they were smuggling, or that was seized in this raid. And the restaurant got closed down. I actually looked it up on excuse me, Google Maps, and like, you would never have guessed. Like, it's like a small hole in the wall restaurant. It's just insane.
You know what? There should be no need for these people to be building a tunnel to begin with, just for some marijuana. And I'm pretty sure if they're using it for marijuana, they probably have like cocaine or something else coming in there. But for weed, though, it shouldn't come to that extent that these guys are building this tunnel. We should just go ahead and just have it regulated to where we can do trade between us, Canada, and Mexico, and reinforce that North American trade agreement that we do have and tax it. So that way we don't have to use, you know, tax dollars to, you know, bust these people, you know. And this, obviously, it is just weed. Like, that is a really sophisticated operation, you know, just for marijuana. And it's stupid. I don't get it.
Yeah, it is. I mean, I'm going to have to agree with you with that. Like, I know we have our disagreements about legalization of weed, and I don't believe that it should be legalized federally. But nevertheless, I think that there's nothing wrong with legalizing it if, you know, by state, and it should be state regulated. But I do agree that the war on drugs is very stupid. I don't agree with it at all. I think it's wasting taxpayers' monies. I said monies. Taxpayers' money. And it's ridiculous. Like, and this is kind of off topic a little bit, but like I was watching, I used to be subscribed to this YouTuber, and I'm going to go ahead and call him out. I mean, I don't think he cares. He's always preaching about, you know, freedom of speech. So I'm sure he won't care me calling him out on this. But I used to be subscribed to Brett Sanders, who's a YouTuber and a podcaster. And I used to like a lot of his videos because it was kind of like almost true journalism, you know, where he was actually going out and like trying to get, you know, the truth out of things and exposing like the corruption in the police force. And, you know, but lately he's kind of gone a little bit, in my opinion, a little rogue and kind of selling himself out a little bit. But one of the things, I was watching a video of his about the war on drugs, and, you know, I agreed with him on that. It's a waste of taxpayers' money. Like, and it's not going anywhere. Like, we have still the same amount of problems. We still have the same amount of, you know, I don't know why this thing is not switching over. The same amount of issues. And we've been doing this war for what, like 20 plus years now? And it's gotten nowhere. Do I think that we should legalize all drugs? No, because there are drugs that, you know, are very, very dangerous and we should control them. But I think that if it's just like when they, you know, during the, I just drew a blank, Darren. The Prohibition. And we lost your sound, by the way, just so you know. There you go. I think you're back. During the Prohibition, you know, it caused more problems than any good. Like, there were people that were smuggling alcohol and, you know, moonshining, and the gangs got into it, and it caused a lot of gang wars. And I see the same problem with trying, if you legalize, you know, weed, I think it's not going to hurt anybody. I know I don't have to do it. I don't drink either, so, and it doesn't bother me that anybody else drinks, so it doesn't bother me that anybody else smokes weed. It's not going to hurt anybody as long as, you know, we do respect the laws that are already in place, like, you know, drinking and driving or drinking under the influence, or driving under the influence, and it's going to be okay. And we wouldn't have issues like this where we had tunnels going under our, you know, under our borders. And what's next? Like you said, if they're smuggling weed, what else are they smuggling, right?
People, guns.
Exactly. You know, like
man,
all over the drug, you know, drug on or war on drugs. So.
Seems this place could give you a taco and a passport.
Right. So I don't know, man. But I thought this story was pretty interesting. I enjoyed it quite a bit when I was reading through it. So
yes, when I seen the article, I was thinking something different, but I still enjoyed it though. Because you got to think about all the tunnels that they found with the El Chapo's cartel from San Diego, and how they were saying that with the distance this one was, it is a little bit out from where they normally find all the tunnels. So it was pretty good.
Yeah. So I mean that's pretty neat. That's our wee topic for today. I know that's gonna make Aaron sad, but
it does make my day.
All right. Moving on. So we're going to move on to the next thing. I did not have it prepared, so we can kind of talk about it. So I'm always late with memes, man. Like I'm always the last to find out about some of these memes, and they're quite funny. And the one that I'm pretty sure people are gonna say, "Oh, that's old." Like that's so old news. That's so old. It's such an old meme. But I want to discuss it. I think it's hilarious, in my opinion. So we're gonna go ahead and play this famous meme here in 1 second. Let it load up. Any day now. Hold up. I'm gonna share it. And there we go. I think everybody should be able to see it. And we're gonna go ahead and play. All right, so I don't know if anybody was able to see it, but it looked kind of laggy to me. So I apologize for that ahead of time. But it's a Ben Affleck sad meme, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people have seen it. And I haven't even seen Batman versus Superman yet. So was it really that bad? Hold up. There you go.
Oh man, yeah, I muted myself because I had to sneeze. But no, I haven't seen the movie. I've heard about it. I'm kind of dibble and dabble on the comment side. But this meme, it kind of just tells me what to expect from the movie.
I know exactly. Now, I was actually planning to try to go see it, and I am not interested now at all. Like from what I see from that meme, I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah.
You know? So
I'm more of a Christian Bale Batman anyway. You know, I grew up on what's his name, Adam West. When they did like the bang pow wow theatrics with Batman, but Christian Bale was it for me. And then they said Ben Affleck. I was like, no way.
I know,
But
I don't know what they were thinking after Daredevil. Like, and
yeah.
I said this to so many people. Like, you're gonna put somebody that was so horrible as one superhero, and then you're gonna put him in as another superhero, and let's just hope that he does better at this superhero. Like, what were they thinking? You know?
Yo, he's gonna be the next Aquaman.
Let's just keep giving him superhero characters until he gets it right.
Yeah.
You know?
But I will say, as far as like the movie goes, like I think the comic was all right. You know, it's a little bit different because it goes away from like a standalone superhero. Like you only have Batman in Gotham, or you only have Superman, and kind of meshes them together. So like people get lost in the stories, and it probably is a little bit with the movie here, is where people are not aware with the background story, you know. So
I don't know. Like, I haven't seen the movie yet. I really don't want to go to the movie theaters to watch it. I think I might just wait until it comes out. But,
you might just pirate it,
right? Or some. I mean, but
yeah.
I don't think. I don't know. It doesn't seem to me, from everything that I've read, that it was even close to the comics, though. Like,
Yeah, I mean they do have the suit, the like from the comics. That suit is the reason why I don't even want to tell how it ends, but if it goes in accordance to how the comics is, Batman does win, and Batman has his suit, and he has like these kryptonite bullets in his gun, you know, and he goes through. So I had in the trailer, there is the suit for Batman, and it's so bulky. Like, it's one of the original Batman suits where he could barely turn his neck type of deals. And I'm like, come on, it's 2016. We should have something that at least is appealing, that makes us think that he's agile like Batman should.
Like, I don't know.
Like, I don't know. But that was like turn me away just. But I do think it's going to be like some awesome fight scenes. Like the drama, you can always get that in a movie, but you know, fight scenes is really what makes out of a comic book.
I don't know. We'll have to. I'm just gonna wait. I thought about maybe going to watch it so that way, you know, I can get a better review and, like, you know, I guess talk about it on the show. But it's definitely nothing that I'm interested in watching.
If anybody want to throw some free tickets, you know,
right?
I love to go to the movies.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah.
So that pretty much concludes all of our topics that I at least have planned for today. But I just want to thank everybody that, I mean, I've actually seen a few on our stats and stuff that we've had a few viewers come on and watch us live. And I would like to say thank you for coming on. I'm sorry for some of the technical difficulties. We're still working through them. We are getting better. Thank you for the support, and I hope that we can get a lot of people interested in what we're doing, especially with this with Autism Awareness Month. Please go to the site, the campaign, and show your support. If you can donate even $1, some, you know, we're gonna. If the money is not coming to us, to know Shites Givn, it's going straight into Autism Speaks, and they're going to use the money wisely. Trust me. And I don't know why we are having so many technical difficulties with this, but we're getting better. But thank you for your support. That's the biggest thing. Please
definitely.
Share. Please like. Please subscribe. That's the other thing I was going to mention too. So we need about 100 subscribers in order to get our own YouTube website address. So if you like the show, please subscribe. We are going to get a lot better with some of the technical difficulties that we've been having. And like us on Facebook. We got a Facebook page now. And we got a Twitter page too. So we're all over the social media. So
was that like a sound bite? Was that? Did
no,
I just dream of that?
There you go, another technical whoops.
I was like, hold up, he didn't put the music into it. Okay.
Hold on though, 1 second. So it's good that I listen to this message. Hold on 1 second. So see, I like this. I like that we've actually had some viewers because I actually got a message from a viewer. That's what that was, and that's awesome. Nice. So
shout out to whoever. Yeah, shout out to Sarah. Thanks very much for watching.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Thank you. Well, she's actually letting us know about some more of our technical difficulties. I guess it's pretty staticky on my end, so I apologize for that, and that our videos weren't viewable. So I'm sorry for that, and hopefully we can get that fixed as soon as possible. So thank you, Sarah. And anybody can do this. You guys can shoot us a message through Facebook, Twitter. We're monitoring it. Obviously, I should have put my phone on silence, but it was a good thing I didn't because I wouldn't have gotten a message. I'll make sure that I have it monitored on my second screen, and I can catch whatever you guys want to say. And by next week, we will actually have a phone number that you can call into the show. So that's going to be pretty awesome too.
Nice, man. Nice.
So, all right. Well, that's all we got for today. Today's a short show, mainly because some of our technical difficulties that we've been having. I don't want to bore you guys with any more issues. So, thank you, Darren, as always. And,
as a pleasure.
We'll get better at it. Again, please visit the campaign site and show your support. And we'll be talking about this next week as well. So, yep, show your blue shirt. All right, thank you, everybody, and have a good night.
Peace.